Have you ever wondered why we often fall into the comparison trap, measuring our lives against others? It's a question that requires some introspection. We humans have a natural tendency to gauge our worth by stacking our lives up against those of our peers. We're like walkers in a maze, constantly checking if others have found a quicker path, a shortcut to success, happiness, or fulfillment. In this digital age, this comparison game has only amplified. With just a click, social media platforms open up a window to the lives of others, often presenting an idealized version. We see their vacations, their achievements, their happy moments, and we can't help but compare our behind the scenes with their highlight reel. This constant comparing and contrasting is not just limited to social media, it extends to our daily interactions. At work, at social gatherings, even at home. We're under the influence of peer pressure, always striving to keep up, to fit in, to stand out. We're also navigating societal expectations that have been ingrained in us. These influences can push us into a relentless race, often making us forget our unique journeys. This is what we call the comparison trap. It's a trap because it can rob us of our joy, our peace of mind, and our self-esteem. It can make us feel like we're never enough, like we're constantly falling behind. It clouds our vision, making it hard to see our own progress, our own strengths, and our own worth. The comparison trap can have serious negative impacts on our overall happiness. It can lead to feelings of inadequacy, dissatisfaction, and low self-esteem. It can make us lose sight of our own goals and aspirations, as we become too focused on matching up to others. But it's important to understand that everyone's path is unique. Everyone's journey is different. We're not in a race against each other, but against ourselves. We need to focus on our own growth, our own improvement, and our own happiness. But remember, the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Let me share a story about someone who managed to escape from the comparison trap. Meet Alex. Alex was a man just like you and me. He had a decent job, a loving family, and some good friends. But there was one thing that was eating him from the inside, the constant comparison with others. He was stuck in a vicious cycle of measuring his accomplishments against those of others, always finding his own life lacking. He would scroll through social media, looking at the success stories of his peers, their vacations, their possessions, and would feel a pang of dissatisfaction. Alex was caught in the comparison trap, a maze where he was always running but never reaching anywhere. He was unhappy and discontented, not because he didn't have enough, but because he felt others had more. The joy of his achievements was overshadowed by the accomplishments of others. Then came a day when Alex had had enough. He realized that he was trapped in a never-ending loop, a race with no finish line. He understood that the more he compared his life with others, the less satisfied he felt with his own. He realized that comparison was the thief of joy. This realization was the first step towards his liberation from the comparison trap. He decided to shift his focus from others to himself, from what others were doing to what he wanted to do. He started to acknowledge his own achievements, no matter how small they were. He began to celebrate his progress, his growth, his journey. He learned to appreciate the beauty of his own life, his own path. He realized that each person has their own journey, their own pace. Some might reach their destination earlier, some later, but that doesn't make any journey less important or less beautiful. He started to focus on his own growth rather than comparing it with others. He understood that the only person he should try to be better than was the person he was yesterday. He began to find happiness in his own accomplishments, his own progress, his own journey. And the most important thing that Alex learned was to be grateful for what he had rather than longing for what others had. He learned to appreciate the beauty of his own life, his own journey, rather than comparing it with others. Alex's story is a testament to the power of self-focus and the futility of comparison. It reminds us that the only worthwhile comparison is with our own selves. We are all unique, with our own paths, our own journeys. Trying to compare our journey with others only leads to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Alex found his happiness not in being better than others, but in being better than he was yesterday. He learned to appreciate his own journey, his own growth, rather than comparing it with others. And so Alex learned to live his life, not someone else's. You see, the first step to stop comparing yourself to others is self-acceptance. It's a simple concept, but it's a game changer. Self-acceptance is about acknowledging who you are, with all your strengths and weaknesses, and embracing yourself wholeheartedly. It's about deciding to love yourself, not despite your flaws, but because of them. Why is self-acceptance so crucial, you may ask? Well, it's because when you accept yourself, you are less likely to seek validation from others. You are less likely to measure your worth based on how you stack up against others. Self-acceptance allows you to break free from the comparison trap and helps you to focus on your own journey rather than obsessing over someone else's. Now, let's talk about the benefits of practicing self-love and self-appreciation. When you love and appreciate yourself, you build a positive relationship with yourself. This relationship is the foundation for all other relationships in your life. By practicing self-love, you not only improve your relationship with yourself, but you also enhance your relationships with others. You become more resilient, more confident, and more capable of tackling life's challenges. So how do you cultivate a positive self-image? Here are a few tips. First, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. Second, celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small they may be. Each achievement is a testament to your abilities and efforts. Third, surround yourself with positivity. This could be positive people, positive experiences, or positive environments. Lastly, remember that it's okay not to be perfect. Embrace your imperfections. They make you unique. They make you, you. Remember, self-acceptance is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a journey of self-discovery, self-love, and self-improvement. It's a journey that requires patience, persistence, and practice. But it's a journey worth embarking on, because at the end of the day, accepting who you are is the greatest revolution. Now it's time to stop comparing and start living your life. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Let's delve into some practical strategies to halt the habit of comparison. First off, focus on personal growth. Every sunrise brings with it a new opportunity to become a better version of yourself. Remember, the only person you should be in competition with is the person you were yesterday. Strive to improve, to learn, to grow, not because you want to outdo someone else, but because you want to outdo your past self. Next, set individual goals. It's easy to get lost in the sea of other people's achievements and forget your own path. Your journey is unique, and so should be your goals. Set them as per your aspirations, not as per someone else's achievements. Now let's talk about practicing gratitude. It's easy to overlook the blessings we have while envying what others possess. But gratitude has a way of shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have. Make it a daily habit to count your blessings. Embrace your uniqueness. You are not a clone or a copy of anyone else. You are you, with all your quirks, strengths, and weaknesses. Celebrate your individuality. Embrace your uniqueness. When you do, you'll find there's no need to compare yourself to others. Living your own life means recognizing that your journey, with all its twists and turns, is yours alone. It's about accepting that you are not on a racetrack against others, but on a hiking trail, where the goal is not to reach the destination first, but to enjoy the journey itself. So let's stop comparing. Let's start living. Remember, it's not about being better than someone else. It's about being true to yourself, about striving to be the best version of yourself, because at the end of the day, it's your life, your journey, and your story to write. Because life isn't about being better than others, it's about being the best version of yourself. So let's recap what we've learned today. We started off by examining the comparison trap, that relentless cycle of measuring ourselves against others, and the detrimental effects it can have on our mental well-being. It's easy to fall into this trap due to societal pressure and the influence of social media. But remember, comparison is the thief of joy. We then delved into the power of self-acceptance. Recognizing your worth and embracing your individuality can be a game changer. It's about focusing on your journey, your progress, and the unique qualities that make you, you. And finally, we discussed strategies to start living your own life. This includes setting personal goals, fostering a growth mindset, and learning to appreciate the small victories. Life isn't a race, it's a personal journey. Remember, your life is unique, beautiful, and worth living, not comparing. So stop comparing and start living, because your story is one in a billion and it's worth telling.